Okay, so, you've probably heard that Diddy just got arrested by the feds on some serious criminal charges. But hold on to your wigs because the streets are saying that Stevie J might be next, and he's allegedly on the run. Can you believe it? Now let's rewind a bit and set the scene. We all knew something was brewing with Diddy, right? Ever since Cassie dropped that bombshell lawsuit about 10 months ago, it's like the floodgates opened. More and more people started coming forward with their own stories, and it's been like watching a train wreck in slow motion. But here's where it gets really juicy. Remember Lil Rod? Well, he was the first one to name Stevie J and accuse him of allegedly having an affair with Diddy. I know, right? It's like something out of a scandalous TV drama. In his lawsuit, Lil Rod spilled some serious tea. He claimed that Diddy knew he looked up to Stevie J and used that to try and manipulate him. According to the lawsuit, Mr. Combs was aware that Mr. Jones looked up to and idolized music producer Stephen Aaron Jordan, aka Stevie J. It then goes on to say, Mr. Combs used access to Stevie J and his knowledge of Mr. Jones's admiration of Stevie J to entice Mr. Jones to engage in homosexuality. But wait, it gets even wilder. Lil Rod claimed that Diddy showed him a video of Stevie J getting intimate with another man. The lawsuit states, Mr. Combs went so far as to share a video of Stevie J engaging in acts with a Caucasian male without a condom. Can you imagine? It's like, what in the world is going on in the music industry? Now, here's where it gets really messy. Lil Rod alleges that Diddy got this video of Stevie J without Stevie's knowledge or consent. The court document says, upon information and belief, these individuals were recorded without their knowledge and consent. It's giving major creep vibes if you ask me. But that's not all, honey. Lil Rod also claimed that Stevie J was allegedly one of the participants in Diddy's infamous freak-off parties. The lawsuit mentions Stevie J alongside other names like Young Miami and Daphne Joy as participants in these wild gatherings. Of course, when there's drama, you know 50 Cent is going to get involved. He took to Instagram to troll Stevie J, writing, "Whoa, say it ain't true, what the this is a mess." And Stevie J clapped back saying, "Get your money, Curtis. We know this is entertainment, but ain't no truth to that." He even dared 50 to pull up and fight.
I want you to fade all that. Since it's entertainment, let me out of you on TV or something. Don't duck that. I'm calling you out. What you want to do, Curtis? Curtis!
But 50 wasn't done. He trolled Stevie J harder, saying, "But he never said it wasn't true, LOL." Ouch! Stevie J then accused 50 of trying to bring down black men in the black community.
I just look at it as, he wants to bring the black community down worse than anyone else. How is that so? I said what I said on my post, and I'm standing on that too. Now, since he didn't accept what my offer to him, and he want to continue to be a comedian, why don't you go make some movies with Michael Blackson and don't talk about me?
Okay.
If you don't want to fight, if you don't want to donate to charity, donate the bread to charity and fight. Don't stop being a girl and talking about dude.
Now, here's where things get really serious. A grand jury just voted to indict Diddy on federal charges, and besties, it's bad. Like, really bad. The indictment documents were released, and they paint a picture of years of misconduct. According to the documents, physical violence by the defendant was recurrent and widely known. Combs assaulted women by, among other things, striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects at, and kicking them. It even mentions a specific incident at a Los Angeles hotel in March 2016 that was caught on video, but it's not just about physical violence. The lawsuit also talks about how Diddy allegedly threatened witnesses into silence. That's why people were too scared to speak up before. The document says, members and associates of the Combs enterprise, including Combs security personnel, at times carried firearms. Combs himself carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten others, including victims and witnesses. Can you believe it? It's like something out of a mafia movie. The document even mentions that when law enforcement searched Diddy's homes in Miami and Los Angeles, they seized firearms, including 3 with defaced serial numbers. That's some serious stuff, besties. Now, with all this going down, experts are weighing in on how this case might play out in court. Check this out.
And what you see here is the extreme level of predatory behavior, right? This is the extreme of what we see in our investigations, our takedown investigations on True Blue with, predators who come into our stings. This guy is the ultimate groomer, according to this indictment, allegedly, if all these allegations are true. He set it up. He had a fantasy.
A lawyer also gave us a breakdown of what we might expect.
The other individuals that were involved, I'm sure you're going to have multiple flipping witnesses. The government generally, approaches these individuals. They say, hey, listen, you can either be on, the defendant side of the case, which we'll be more than happy to add you to this racketeering charge, or you can be on the state side or government side of the case, and we would give you immunity for XYZ.
And get this, apparently, a lot of people who were involved with Diddy's shenanigans have turned on him and are now cooperating with the feds.
My understanding is that there was a lot of individuals that were involved, and I think by looking at the indictment and seeing that only Sean Combs is the only defendant currently, who knows if that increases and it gets superseded with a different indictment. But currently there's only one defendant. My guess is that all of those individuals that could have been co-defendants or could have been co-conspirators or could have been involved in a RICO case have flipped on Sean Combs, and they're getting some sort of immunity.
A defense attorney also gave some insight into what route Diddy's defense team might take.
I'm assuming that if something like this were to go to trial, the defense is going to be, yeah, he's a freak. He's having freak offs. He's a freak, but he's not a criminal. And is sex lube really evidence? I mean, who amongst us that doesn't have a bottle of sex lube can cast the first stone? I'm assuming that that's going to be one of the angles that the defense is.
Now, if these experts are right, a lot of people tied to Diddy could be going down for this. It wouldn't be surprising if they're all falling over themselves to take plea deals and turn on Diddy to save themselves. And considering Lil Rod's allegations against Stevie J, it wouldn't be shocking if Stevie gets swept up in this mess too. That might explain why the streets are saying Stevie J could be on the run now. I mean, can you blame him? If even half of what's in these documents is true, anyone associated with Diddy must be shaking in their boots right now. The fans, of course, are having a field day with all this tea. One commented, Stevie J did what now? These Diddy allegations can't stop, won't stop, and everybody catching strays. Another said, notice that Meek and Stevie J defended Diddy because they also partake in the same behavior. Meek was with Nicki, y'all didn't believe her when she said that though, and Stevie was doing the same controlling and manipulating things to Joseline, y'all just glamorized it. Some fans are even calling for Stevie J to face consequences too. One said, fork Stevie J too, talking about some pray for Diddy on his IG live, it's room in prison for him too. Ouch. So what do we make of all this, besties? Is this the beginning of the end for Diddy and his circle? Will Stevie J be the next to face the music? And most importantly, how many more skeletons are going to come tumbling out of Hollywood's closet? One thing's for sure, this scandal is shaking up the music industry like never before. It's like we're watching a house of cards collapse in real time, and who knows how many more big names might get caught up in this mess before it's all over. But here's the thing we need to remember, besties. As juicy as all this tea is, there are real victims at the center of these allegations. Women who say they've been abused, manipulated, and silenced for years. It's easy to get caught up in the drama and forget that these are real people's lives we're talking about. So while we're all sipping this piping hot tea, let's not forget to have some compassion for the alleged victims. It takes a lot of courage to speak up against powerful people in the industry, especially when you've been scared into silence for so long. And let's be real for a second, if these allegations are true, it's not just about Diddy or Stevie J, it's about a whole system in the music industry that allowed this kind of behavior to go unchecked for years. It's about power dynamics, about who gets to call the shots, and about what kind of conduct we're willing to tolerate from our stars. This whole situation is pushing the conversation about inappropriate behavior in the industry into the spotlight. It's not something that can be swept under the rug anymore. People are demanding answers, and they're not backing down. It's like the music industry is having its own Number Me Too moment, and it's been a long time coming. So, what do you think, besties? Is this the beginning of the end for Diddy and his circle? Will Stevie J be the next to face the music? And most importantly, how many more skeletons are going to come tumbling out of Hollywood's closet? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this piping hot cup of celebrity tea, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, stay fabulous, stay informed, and remember, in Hollywood, the truth is often stranger than fiction. Goodbye.